It's game on. Lake Kiwi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Lake Kiwi Ford.
Welcome in, everybody, live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Testing the brand new microphone here. Seems like we are back in action and everything sounds good to go. Can we get a thumbs up in the chat if things sound back to normal? We got a brand new microphone up here in the broadcasting booth. We're live here at the dirt track at Kern County, live here in Bakersfield, California. Things are getting ready to get down, dirty, and wicked here for around this 0.33 mile clay oval here in Bakersfield, California, owned by the former NASCAR driver Kevin Harvick. We're getting ready to kick off the UMP Modified Division race number 1 here tonight for the All-Out Dirt Tour. The All-Out Dirt Tour back in action here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll get you back down here on the main broadcast cam. Welcome down here on the main broadcast cam. Give me just a second. We will try to get this microphone figured out. You don't want to make sure we're not blowing each other's ears apart here. Welcome into the All-Out Dirt Tour here tonight in the UMP Modified Division race number 1. Getting ready to take around this clay asphalt oval. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm being told by the admin I am good to go ahead and show you guys the qualifying results. So that must mean everybody's completed who's going to turn laps. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how they round out here. Ladies and gentlemen, Jackson Branscombe on the pole here tonight from McCreary County, Kentucky. He'll win fast time here tonight at the Kern County Raceway. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are brand new here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, never seen one of our dirt races before, the best way I can explain it here without trying to confuse anybody here is the top 3 drivers on your screen. That'll be down to Trenton Johns will advance automatically on time. Everybody else below, down to Kevin Walker, will be transferred over here to this LCQ heat race, getting ready to take place in front of our very eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like we got tons of guys down here on the racetrack loading into these race cars. We're getting ready to go racing here tonight to kick off the All-Out Dirt Tour. UMP Modified Division on the front row here. Starting in the first place position from Calvert County, Maryland. That's K-Dub, Kevin Walker. On the front row on the outside, driving the number 88 UMP Modified here tonight. That's going to be Zayden Bolliard. Starting in the second row, third place spot here tonight from Union Beach, New Jersey. Driving the number 66 UMP, that's Neil Rutt. And on the outside of him, driving the 01 SPP UMP Modified from Bristol, Tennessee, that's Everett Larson. And driving the Tide Clean number 1 Modified from Greer, South Carolina, that's Showtime Chase Johnson. If we can't get a higher camera up here so we can get a better angle of the race cars down on the track. On the outside of him, driving the number 6 Flow Racing UMP Modified, that's going to be Corey Tessner. Corey Tessner looking to make something shake here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. He'll work his way from the 5th place spot here tonight, starting in the 6th place position, driving the number 21 machine, Carson Klinghofner. And driving the number 8 machine, starting in the 8th place spot here tonight, driving the number 11 UMP Modified from Andalusia, that's Waylon Nelson II. Driving the number 99 UMP Modified down here on the bottom side of the racetrack. We're getting things cranked up early here this morning on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Dakota Pignataro is getting things shaked out here tonight, and on the outside of him will be the number 42 machine from Javance, Kentucky, Virgil Perriman. On the inside of him will be the Nurse Aviator number 27 from Landrum, South Carolina, of Adam Peeler. On the outside of him will be the number 21 Quality UMP Modified from Somerset, Kentucky, of Dusty Branscombe. Timothy Conrad will round out the final place spot here in the LCQ heat race. Want to remind you folks that everybody will advance out of tonight's LCQ race and into tonight's main event. Pace cars off on the pit lane, and the green flag usually would start a normal race on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, but here in the dirt races, it's all in the hands of the leader, Kevin Walker, on the pole with Zayden Bolliard to the outside of him. Green flag and ready to fly in the air here tonight for the California Classic Live here for the UMP Modified Division. We're racing in California. Beating and banging down here into turns 1 and 2. Everybody's going to have to work and shake it and make it loose here down on the number 88 of Zayden Bolliard. Try to run down the race leader of Kevin Walker. Race number 1 here tonight. The LCQ race is completed with lap number 1. Everybody's tiling down here into turns 1 and 2. Neil Rutt the third, real high up the racetrack there. That number 66. Virgil Perriman trying to make something shake here. The number 42 UMP Modified. He'll slide below Chase Johnson. Virgil Perriman make contact there out of turns 3 and 4. Heading across the front straightaway here. Back live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the California Classic. Going to be 10 laps here tonight for the LCQ heat race, and it looks like the caution flag is out. Caution flag is out here live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Not entirely sure why or who for what. Looks like Waylon Nelson is off of the racetrack. He's slow on the field. We'll have to back that ass up here for the instant replay. Take a look and see what happened here in the LCQ heat race with the number 11 of Waylon Nelson. He's off of the racetrack. So is Adam Peeler. So we will back that ass up. Take a look. Here's Adam Peeler's got it parked down on the bottom of the racetrack like a protester. Adam Peeler not going to be happy with this one right here. We'll back that ass up. Take a look with the Landrum, South Carolina driver. And then our Aviator Modifieds up on the top side of the racetrack, just absolutely beating it down with Dusty Branscombe. We'll back that ass up here. Take a look and see exactly what happened to Adam Peeler. Fenced on the outside, Dakota Pignataro, then boys beating and banging up there with paddle. Adam Peeler takes a hard shot to the outside concrete barrier. Then the number 27 is absolutely torn up here, and with the race leaders coming around here to catch the back half of the field, Kevin Walker and these guys had no choice but to throw the caution flag here tonight, live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel from the Kern County Raceway. Caution flag number 1 here in the LCQ heat race. Only a 10-lap event. We'll get you back down here on the main broadcast camp. See if we can catch up with Kevin Walker. Where exactly is he at on the field? He's catching behind Peter the pace car right now from Calvert County, Maryland. Appreciate everybody tuning in this early, bright morning. And for me, personally, I'm a broadcaster only. I am currently snowed in here on the East Coast in South Carolina, locked in my bedroom. You have yourself a virtual race here tonight today, I shall say, on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Kevin Walker, Zayden Bolliard, Everett Larson, the top 3 drivers here rounding out the LCQ heat race. We will keep it right here. No commercial break here in the LCQ heat race. Live on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel's California Classic here in Bakersfield, California. Everybody's going to round out behind the pace car this time around. He should hang that fat left on the pit lane, and he will. That means these guys should double up this go-around. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're loving what you're seeing, smack that like button, press that follow button. You don't want to miss a thing. Head on over to the top of the right-hand page of the top right portion of your screen, I shall say, and head on over to the YouTube page where we have all of the full races posted there. Super late model, dirt late models is what we used to run. The green flag is back in the air here as we kick off the UMP Modified Division for the first time ever here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. We're 3 wide for the race lead. 3 wide for the race lead. Kevin Walker, Everett Larson, Zayden Boyer battle back and forth here. Is the battle back into turns 1 and 2. Tries to make something shake. Here comes the 15-year-old of Everett Larson down on the bottom side. He's looking to close something. Trying to make a slide job around the 88. Just can't quite get the move that he was looking for off the exit of turn 4. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're loving, rolling, and loving what you're seeing here, free to join, free to race, shoot us a DM here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. We'll get you the link into the all-out dirt tour. Ladies and gentlemen, 14 cars pile out the heat race here tonight, and the caution flag is back out. Caution flag is back out here, and oh shit, I'm being... Dakota Pignataro is what the ticker says here, being in charge of the incident here, and holy shit, he's upside down in turns 1 and 2, spinning like a pop top. Holy shit, we'll ride around the 99 as he barrel rolls across the front straightaway here at the Kern County Raceway. We'll back that ass up here as the red flag has been displayed here tonight as Dakota Pignataro is trapped inside of that UMP Modified. We'll take a look here, see exactly what happened. Rides it up the outside safer barrier. Looks like he maybe catches the flat stand. Barrel rolls into turn 1. Nowhere for Dusty Branscombe to go, excuse me. And Dakota Pignataro is spun around into turns 1 and 2 like a pop top. We'll back that ass up here and see if we can't ride on board with the number 99. Ladies and gentlemen, if you got vertigo, this is going to be one hell of a ride. Up into the catch fence, up and over, barrel rolling and slap like a pop top here into turns 1 and 2. Not exactly what Dakota Pignataro was looking for here, but he's able to get it off of the racetrack and back down on the pit lane. Looks like maybe he'll have to climb out from that race car and see the check back with him and the AMR safety crew, see if he's okay. You see his pit crew chattering up there down on the box. We'll have to discuss how they're going to want to play this one here in the LCQ heat race. But that'll leave Kevin Walker from Calvert County, Maryland, the race leader, back here in just a moment on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel, getting ready to come back to the green flag here in the LCQ heat race. Slowly lining down the laps. They got about 5 laps to go here. It's been K-Dub, Kevin Walker with the race lead, Zayden Boyer to the outside of them, Everett Larson, Carson Klinghofner, Virgil Perriman, the top 5 drivers here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. We're getting ready to head back to the green flag here in Bakersfield. And it's flying back out of turns 4. Kevin Walker hits the gas, and we're back racing here in the UMP Modified Division. Shaking and baking down here to turns 1 and 2. Neil Wright gets shipped high up the racetrack. Him and Chase Johnson a battle door to door. Down the back straightaway. Slide job down into turns 3 and 4. Chase Johnson not able to get the traction that he was quite looking for to get the momentum to the front of the racetrack. Larson looks to the bottom side of the number 88 of Boyer. Boyer's going to have to fight back here, try to get this 88 hooked up on the outside. He'll try to slam the door shut down there on Everett Larson, try to make something shake on the bottom side of the racetrack. But the 15-year-old will not be denied here. Here comes the 21 of Carson Klinghofner. He'll battle door to door with Corey Riptide Tester. Calling him Riptide Tester because he's not afraid to rip the top side of the racetrack. Kevin Walker will head off of turns 3 and 4. He's got the white flag presented by AFLglobal.com here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Everybody slide jobbing each other down into turns 3 and 4 this time around. But it's going to be Kevin Walker heading off the exit of turns 3 and 4. He'll win tonight's LCQ heat race. What a race right there on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Sees Kevin Walker lead every single lap there after 2 caution flags fly for the Maryland driver. He's able to hold on to it, though, right there. He'll get a great starting spot here in the 4th place position when we get there. Ladies and gentlemen, though, these guys will have about a 2-minute warm-up session to dial in these UMP modifieds here. We'll talk over with the admin on what the track state is going to look like here in the next coming minutes as we get ready to switch over here tonight into the main event portion part of tonight's event. Ladies and gentlemen, the heat race that you just watched, does not mean a thing to these drivers as they head back out on the racetrack trying to dial in the modifieds. You see it here. We'll bring up tonight's keys of the race and what you're going to want to watch out for here tonight at Kern County. 40 laps for the main event here tonight. Keep it together. Find a line. Good qualifying. And clean is key. They're going to have 10 lap heat race here tonight with everybody advancing. You just watched that up on your screen. If you're just now tuning in, we thank you for watching us bright and early here on a Saturday morning. Snowed in here on the East Coast, but we're out here in Bakersfield, California, shitting, ripping, and getting here for the All-Out Dirt Tour UMP Modified Division All-Out Dirt Tour California Classic. And looks like Trenton Johns will jump to the top of the board here in the warm-up session. So maybe he's found a little bit of something in his UMP Modified. A hell of an event here tonight, folks. Want to go ahead and remind you, if you're loving what you're seeing, slap that like button. This will be the remaining schedule here for the UMP Modified. Heading to the Houston Speedway 2 weeks from now. 40 lapper. It's going to be one hell of a show. And if you want to participate in that one, shoot us a DM here right on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You can go ahead and drop it in the chat. We'll always look back over the chat and make sure we do not miss over anybody that may want to participate. If not, shoot us a DM on the TikTok page or the All Out Dirt Tour. They are in the chat currently right now. They would probably get you in there with no issue. Ladies and gentlemen, though, looks like we got about 10 seconds until the warm-up session is complete here. It looks like the guys have settled from what I'm hearing inside of my headset here. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but listening to the driver's chat there with the radio admin there, they are talking somewhere between about 19 and 20% on the track state here for tonight's main event. So we'll get you back down on the main broadcast cam. That was the whole schedule there. Hopefully these guys can keep it together. It's going to be whatever driver scores the most points after those 5 races will be crowned champion. You might be sitting here asking yourself, well, that's not really much of a sample size, 5 races for the UMP Modified Division. Well, folks, you see the car count out here tonight, 17 cars. But if we could continue to keep this up here, I'm not exactly sure how the All Out Dirt Tour will continue to figure it out here, but tons of different schedules. We're racing here on a Saturday morning at the Kern County Raceway, and I had to set my alarm for this race, but looks like everybody's out in the field ready to go. This will be the front 6 rows. You're starting 12 drivers, Jackson Branscom's on the pole here tonight. He'll share the front row on the outside with Michael Durham Jr. Trenton Johns will be in the second row in the number 97 Modified with Kevin Walker to his outside. Zayden Boyard will be in the third row with Everett Larson in the 15-year-old to his outside. The third row on the inside belongs to the 42 of Virgil Perriman. Virgil Perriman Sr., the vet legend, will try to work his way up through the inside line. On the outside of him will be the 6-Flow Racing Modified of Corey Tessner. Carson Klinghofner will round out the number 21 Modified here in the 8th place spot in the 4th row. And on the outside of him will be the number 1 Todd Longhorn Chassis Modified of Chase Johnson. Timothy Conrad driving the Binks Design Weekend Woodsman UMP 35 Modified. He'll round out the 11th place spot. Rounding back to the 5th place row will be the 66 Modified of Neil Rutt III. Got to work his way up from the back half of the pack. And on the inside of him will be the number 11 Modified from Andalusia of Waylon Nelson. On the outside of him will be the number 99 Weekend Woodsman. I believe that's what that may say on it as well. 99 Modified of Dakota Pignataro after going upside down in the LCQ heat race. Rounding out shotgun tail into the field, brought out the caution flag in the LCQ heat race from Landrum, South Carolina. That's the 27 of Adam Peeler. So it's going to be Jackson Branscombe on the pole here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, getting ready to go racing live here tonight for the California Classic. 40 laps is what's going to shake out this main event portion part of tonight. Kevin Walker in the number 24 UMP Modified, restarting in the 4th place spot right here. Already adding 10 points, to his total score with the LCQ heat race right there, and let's kind of see what happens here as the green flag's getting ready to start tonight for the California Classic 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? The All-Out Dirt Tour 17 UMP Modifieds rounding out the field here tonight, heading towards turns 3 and 4. The sun is out behind the clouds. We're West Coast racing out here in California. Green flags in the air in Kern County. Side by side, banging doors through turns 1 and 2, heading down the back straightaway. Jackson Branscombe looks like he's going to lead lap number 1 here tonight on the Moody Scoot Racing channel, and throwing back down into turns 1 and 2. Everybody trying to slide job one another, make something shake off the exit of turns 1 and 2. Rut shipped really high, back down into turns 3 and 4 goes Branscombe, Durham, and Johns. That'll be the top 3 drivers as Kevin Walker tries to make something shake down here in the turns 1 and 2. Four-way battle here for the second place spot. But Michael Durham Jr. will not be denied here by Trenton Johns. They'll bang doors down here, but here comes Zayden Boyer with a ballsy slide job through 3 and 4, but he can't make it stick. Virtual Pyramid will slide here on the outside. Ladies and gentlemen, ripping and roaring here tonight in the California Classic. Opening lap, the number 11, Waylon Nelson slaps the inside of Chase Johnson, shins him up the racetrack. Dakota Pignataro slides wide there, door banging with Neil Rutt to third. They'll battle hard into the outside, safe for barrier. Rutt stuck up there on the outside with Dakota Pignataro. Looks like Neil Rutt the third may have a broken right front tire. Can he get it off the racetrack in time to keep it green? Looks like he'll be able to do just that. Jackson Branscombe has the race lead, though. He's sold away from Trenton Johns. Kevin Walker and Zayden Boyer the battle for that second place spot. Walker gets him, tracks it down on the bottom side, but the caution flag is out. Caution flag is out here for the number 99 of Dakota Pignataro. We will back that ass up here for the instant replay. Take a look exactly what happened to Dakota Pignataro. See if we can't try to dissect exactly what was going on with this number 99 UMP modified here when he's parked on the outside like a protester in Minneapolis here recently. We'll take a look and see what happened. Trying to keep it together there. Seeing Neil Rutt, you see the left front tire is probably already flat on it, and that one absolutely kills the suspension inside of the number 99 Allied Supplied and United 99 modified. We will back that ass up one more time, see if we can't ride out the front nose, or at least in the roll bar cam of the 99 as he tries to get this thing cranked down to the left and turned into the corner, but it just won't go for him hard into the outside, safe for barrier. Goes Dakota Pignataro right in front of the race leader, and the caution flag flies for the first time here tonight in the main event. So Dakota Pignataro will have to discuss that one here. That's 2 quick incidents already for Dakota Pignataro here tonight on the Moody Scoot Racing channel inside the California Classic. Caution flag is out for the McCreary County driver, Jackson Branscombe. We're back in just a moment here on the Moody Scoot Racing channel. Don't flip the channel. We're racing here bright and early on a Saturday morning. Welcome back here on the Moody Scoot Racing channel. We do sincerely apologize, excuse me, if I could ever get it out of my mouth, for the little video trailers right there freezing up. We are trying to get that fixed up here. We need to get us some new samples here, and we will have you all that for race number 2 at the Houston Speedway 2 weeks from now. But right now it's Jackson Branscombe sailing back off on the racetrack here as Peter the Pace car hangs to the left. The DJ will kill the music here. It'll be Trenton Johns to the right side of Branscombe for the first time here on a restart at the Kern County Raceway live here in Bakersfield, California. The green flag flies back in the air. We're back racing here in the West Coast. The number 97 of Trenton Johns trying to make something shake here, excuse me. Back around Jackson Branscombe. He'll look for the slide job below the number 201 across the line this time around. Branscombe gets to run off the top side of the racetrack. Here comes Kevin Walker down on the bottom side. Michael Durham Jr. will slide into the picture here with Zayden Boyer trying to make something shake. These guys are ripping roar and sliding like Diddy at one of his parties. No Diddy. Trenton Johns in the second place spot. He's got the fastest lap on the racetrack the previous time around. We'll have to check it when they come back around, working through the exit of turn 1 and 2 right now on the Moody Scoot Racing Channel's California Classic. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had the privilege to come out west one time in my life. I went to Portland, Oregon, and Eugene, Oregon. Found myself at the bottom of Mountain St. Helens in St. Helens, Washington. And I've never been back since. I haven't had the pleasure of coming out here to California, but I am a passionate Los Angeles Dodgers fan. I've been a Dodgers fan since I've been a little kid, and if you don't believe me, you can check the resume, check the trophies. Been having these t-shirts longer than you've been alive. My favorite player of all time, Matt Kemp, Adrian Gonzalez. But tonight it's all about race cars. Kevin Harvick, the honorary pace car driver here tonight for the All Out Dirt Tours. He owns the Kern County Raceway where we are currently racing tonight. Look at these beautiful action shots around this 0.33 mile clay oval here with 25 laps to go. Live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. It is anybody's ball game here tonight. Just trying to make something shake between Chase Johnson, trying to work back to Everett Larson and Carson Klinghofner in front of him. Everett Larson, though, is slide job after slide job here, closing up the gap with Chase Johnson. We got a four-way battle for the race lead here. Trenton Johnson's all over the back bumper of Jackson Branscombe. Four-way battle into turns 3 and 4. Michael Durham Jr. is slowly losing touch to the front pack in front of him. Carson Klinghofner, though, sees what's in front of him. Can he work around the number 119 as he slides wide into turn 1? Branscombe really playing defensive driving here, entering bottom turn 3 and 4, sliding to the top side out of turn 4 exit. Really keeps and blocks the 24's momentum from the top side of the racetrack. And when you're racing 3 wide here, like Trent John, Zayn Boyard, and Kevin Walker's are here, you really got to be on your P's and Q's here with no past repairs here tonight at the Kern County Raceway. They're going to have to fight and claw and scratch here and keep these modifieds together. Virgil Barham and Timothy Conrad battle it back out here for position on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You're watching the California Classic with 21 laps to go here in California. Ripping down the back straightaway, Jackson Branscombe is really starting to kind of tow away now, leading everybody single file like the Ducklings they look like out here. These UMP modifieds side by side, though. Carson Klinghofner slowly sliding this 21 mega weight modified down to the bottom side of the racetrack with Michael Durham Jr. Michael Durham Jr., Big Mike, trying to make something shake here tonight from Burnside, Kentucky. Michael Durham Jr. been successful here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel on the oval side of things. Can he get him a win here tonight on the dirt side? Meanwhile, Jackson Branscombe, though, not being denied here. He won the recruitment race just about a week and a half ago when we were racing at the Fairbury Speedway. It was one hell of a show that night, but Zayden Boyard will not be denied here in this number 88 black and purple UMP modified. He's currently working in the 4th place position, and we're working with 15 laps to go here. Carson Klinghofner looking for the slide job around Michael Durham Jr. Can't get it his stick like he was looking for. He'll have to rewind it back up here. The 21 will roll high through 3 and 4. Durham Jr. knows what's getting ready to happen here in the coming laps. How does he play defense with the number 119? Larson's gotten around Chase Johnson, but Johnson will not be denied here. He's searching and clawing here on the top side of the racetrack. Tesner slowly entered the picture into the check, folks. No ties in it. Trenton John, Zayden Boyer now door to door. Kevin Walker, knock, knock, knock. Who's there? The back bumper. Kevin Walker trying to run down the race leader in Jackson Branscombe. You ride on board with Kevin Walker as he slings this motherfucker down into turns 1 and 2. Ripping and shitting the dirt up here tonight in Kern County. They're going to need to reflatten the racetrack out here tonight after all these slide jobs and battles. The 21 of Klinghofner rips up top in the 21, trying to run down Michael Durham Jr. Jr. trying to run down Boyard, who's qualifies in the 3rd place spot. Your hard-charging award right now belongs to the number 11 of Waylon Nelson II. He's up 5 spots from where he began tonight's event from Andalusia in the number 11 UMP modified. He's had a decent night here tonight. 10 laps to go, and Timothy Conrad says the car's really starting to come into him right now. Their guys are telling him to feed in the bottom lane. Everybody's up top right now. It should have been slicked off by now. That is exactly what Timothy Conrad is doing, but he's moved and grooved up to the top side through 3 and 4. Timothy Conrad turning some fast laps. He's slowly rallying now Waylon Nelson, who has caught that back bumper for the number 6 in Corey Riptide Tessner. Meanwhile, though, Carson Klinghofner looking to make a move around the number 119. Contacts made in a 1 and 2. Klinghofner trying to make something shake here in the closing laps of the all-out dirt tour here from DeGraff. He's working here, ripping on the outside of the racetrack, eating, scratching, and clawing at the back bumper of Michael Durham. 7 laps will reign here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel and separate Jackson Branscombe, who's led every lap here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, 37 of those to be exact. He's working his way across the line here, ripping across the top side of the racetrack. He's got a really dialed in modified right now, but it's Trenton Johns rolling back here in the 2nd place spot. K-Dub in the 3rd place spot. Zayden Boyer rounds out the 4th place spot. K-Dub hits the outside wall. That'll bring Zayden Boyer close door to door here. How does Zayden play it? He'll slide wide into 3 and 4. K-Dub will look to undercut the 88, get his position back. Contacts made into turn 1. Boyer, how does he replay the number 24 here for that move into turns 1 and 2? Down into 3 and 4. 3 laps to go this time around for Jackson Branscombe, the race leader. He's got about a 6 modified car length lead over Trent Johns out of the exit of turn 2. Kevin Walker rounds out the 3rd place spot. Can Zayden Boyer get back to that back bumper? Durham Jr. trying to hold off Klinghofner here in these closing laps. 2 laps to go here in the California Classic. Branscombe works off turn 2 and heads down the back straightaway. Ripping the top side through 3 and 4. Tim Conrad will be the lap traffic guy, but it's going to be Branscombe coming through 1 and 2 for the final time here. He's got the white flag presented by AFLglobal.com. Trenton Johns and Graydon Boyer just won't have it. It's going to be Branscombe working his way out of 3 and 4. He'll win the California Classic here tonight at Kern County. Klinghofner gets it over Michael Durham Jr. there in the closing lap. Larson gets Chase Johnson. Waylon Nelson, Corey Tessner side by side. Give it to Waylon Nelson over Tessner as he spins around backwards here. Contacts made at the end. But it's going to be Jackson Branscombe winning it here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, leading 42 laps for his MTLJ Motorsports UMP modified team from McCreary County, Kentucky. Looks like everybody's going to work their way back around the racetrack here, looking for a driver interview. We'll have those in just a moment when we return. Jackson Branscombe wins it here tonight in California. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. What a epic race there to debut and kick off the UMP modified division here for the all-out dirt tour live at the Kern County Raceway here in Bakersfield, California. Snowed in on the East Coast here. You couldn't ask for any better, and what I mean by that is a early Saturday morning dirt race after last night's debacle led us to have to reschedule. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live here in California, and we got some of your favorite drivers down here ready to give a driver interview. Jackson Branscombe wins it here tonight for the California Classic. Let's see what he has to say. I believe we do have a pit reporter down there, and if we do you guys got a copy?
Down here in Victory Lane for the California Classic for the All-Out Dirt Tour UMP Modified Division opening race here for the season. Ladies and gentlemen, Jackson Branscombe in the 201 is in Victory Lane. Jackson, kind of walk us through your race here tonight. How was the track surface out there for you race car drivers? You were really able to have a fast modified here tonight. You set on the pole, we lead every lap here, and you'll win tonight's main event here in California.
I mean, I've just been practicing a lot. I practiced a lot earlier today just to try to get used to the track again, because I know usually on entry it's really tight, especially when the track's tacky like this. But I mean, later on when it slicks off, I mean, you just drive like butter. I mean, it's no problem at all. I mean, I just look forward to racing to Trent and Johns, Michael, and all them, all my buddies and everything. Wish my uncle would have been in here too, still to finish the race. That's about it, really. Oh, I'd like to thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Couldn't do this without him. My grandpa, Logan, Perriman, Virgil, all them. Couldn't do without them.
And that's the driver of the 201 in Jackson Branscombe. He'll win the opening race here for the UMP Modified Division. We'll scoot down here to the second place driver the number 97, Trenton Johns. Trenton, kind of walk us through what happened in the windshield of your Modified there in the closing laps, trying to everything in the notebook to run down Jackson. It just didn't have enough here in the closing laps. So kind of walk us through your race here. Started in the third place spot, and you'll gain a position and finish here in the second place position.
I got pretty nervous for the track to slick off, but starting P3 really helped a lot. I probably couldn't have worked through all that traffic, but me and Kevin had a pretty good battle for P3, and so I tried to stick it around the bottom and then stick it around the high side, just trying to get around Kevin, so I did all I could really do.
That's the number 97 of Trent Johns. Gave it everything he had here tonight at Kern County. We'll scoot down here to the third place finisher and Kevin Walker, driver number 24. Kevin, kind of walk us through your race here tonight. You'll sit on the pole for the heat race and win it, but just feel like you didn't have enough here for the main event. You'll start in the fourth place position, but you'll grab that podium spot, just not enough for the 24.
Yeah, after qualifying, I kind of looked and kind of set myself back a little bit. I knew I could have did a little bit better and shot a lot more decent lap. I realized in the heat race, we took off. I got my little lead there. I hit a 10th faster lap than I did in qualifying. If I hit that lap in qualifying, I probably would have put it on pole. But yeah, good race with Jackson. I felt like I had a little bit more better car towards the beginning. And then it kind of screwed myself, got too loose, and started to pull away, and my tires started to go away. But other than that, it was a fantastic race. Can't wait to come back for next week, and I'd just like to thank everybody in my car, plus Environmental, NCR, KR Promotions, K-Dubs and Shots, and Youth Racing this week.
That's the 24 of Kevin Walker, a.k.a. K-Dub. He'll bring home the top three spot here tonight in the third place position. We'll scoot down here to the fourth place spot of driver the number 88 and Zayden Bolyard. Hopefully I said that correctly. Zayden, kind of walk us through your race here inside of this number 88 Modified. Your first time here on the All Out Dirt Tour, and you'll bring home the top five.
Oh, yeah, the racetrack was great. Started to slip off more than I wanted it to there at the end. I was just kind of hanging out. I didn't have enough tires to get up there and race with Kevin like I wanted to, and definitely my qualifying effort and running second in that heat race definitely helped me out, starting in the top five there. I definitely don't think I could have ran from the back there.
That's the 88 of Zayden Bolyard. He'll finish in the fourth place position here tonight. We'll scoot down here to the final top five spot for the interviews here. Driver the number 21 in Carson Klingelhofer. Please apologize if that is wrong, but Carson, please walk us through your race here tonight inside of this number 21 Modified. A top five to start off the season here as we look forward to going to Houston in 2 weeks.
It was pretty good. It was just kind of hard to learn the track state here. This is not one of my stronger tracks with the dirt cars, but overall it was a pretty good race, starting inside the top 10 and finishing inside the top 5. It's what we look for every week, and hopefully we're able to make that stick throughout the whole season. I'd like to thank the sponsors, Megawatt Electric, Nelson Designs, Nelson Roofing, and that's pretty much it.
And that's the driver, the number 21 here of Carson Klingelhofer. He will finish in the top 5 position tonight at Kern County. That'll do it for the driver interviews. Jackson Branscombe wins it here, the season opener, the UMP Modified. Back up to the booth.
And back up here to the booth. Thank you guys down there on pit lane for all of the driver interviews there. Appreciate all the drivers sticking around there, giving us a taste of their word and how they felt about this morning's race. And again, we say this morning, again, snowed in here on the East Coast. Had a little reschedule last night within the All Out Dirt Tour. I got the phone call last minute, so had to make sure I set my alarm. Woke up this morning. Everybody agreed to be able to kick this thing off at about 10:15 a.m. EST time. That's Eastern Standard Time. That's where I'm currently located, so it was a little early for me, some earlier for some of the guys else in the league. But it was one hell of a show here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, which led us out here in qualifying. And what would you know there, ladies and gentlemen, Jackson Branscombe, the winner there in qualifying. He'll set the quick heat time here tonight. The last chance qualifying race went to Kevin Walker. Mr. Cato from Calvert County, Maryland, made something shake here tonight at the Kern County Raceway. We'll bring up the feature here tonight and how things shook out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Jackson Branscombe brings home the first place position, followed by Trenton Johns in the second place spot. Kevin Walker secures the third place position here tonight, with Zayden Boyer to him battling back and forth. He'll grab the fourth place position. Carson Klinghofner barely gets around Michael Durham Jr. for his first top five there to kick off the season here for the UMP Modifieds. And Michael Durham Jr. is looking to pick up where he left off on the Dirt Super Late Models and go back to victory lane here in the UMPs. Everett Larson grabbed the seventh place position here tonight in the 15-year-old drives Modifieds. In real life, how does the Bristol, Tennessee driver carry his season from here on out? Chase Johnson secures the top 10 position here tonight in the 8th place position in his number 1 Todd Modified. Waylon Nelson, Hard Charger award here tonight. He'll be awarded 20 bonus points to his total score, adding 6 positions from where he started here tonight. Corey Tessner rounds out the 10th place position here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, followed by Timothy Conrad in the 11th place position. Virgil Perriman Sr. from Chapez, Kentucky, had a very dirty fast UMP Modified here tonight. Just got a little beating and banging there on the opening laps, caused him a little bit of damage. Virgil Perriman rounds out the 12th place position. Adam Peeler grabs the 13th place spot here tonight with Mr. Dakota Pignataro upside down in the LCQ heat race, rounding out the 15th place position. Neil Wright grabs the 15th place spot here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and that'll be all of the ones who turn lap there after Dusty Branscombe ends up breaking a right front shock in the LCQ heat race. He will not be able to turn a lap there in the main event. Want to give a huge shout out there to Nicholas Maynard, giving us help on the pit lane, giving out the driver interviews there at the just a moment ago for you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it here tonight at the Kern County Raceway, live here in Bakersfield, California. Guys are really starting to fan out here. Look at the oval track over there back in the distance. We got a so short track coming up there so soon here in the next season of the I-85 Asphalt Series that you can catch right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Just head on over to that YouTube page located in the top right portion of your screen. This has been the All Out Dirt Tour UMP Modified Division race number 1 to kick off the season. Jackson Branscombe leads every lap here tonight at the California Classic and goes to victory lane from McCreary County, Kentucky. This is the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live here from Bakersfield, California. I got a flight to catch back home out to the east where everything is snowed in. I want to go hop on the plane here. We want to remind you folks, we are not responsible for your DUIs. So make sure you guys are keeping it together out there. Stay safe. This has been the Kern County UMP Modified California Classic, live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel.